play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long, 'cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. When you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
Center. How are we all doing today? Yep, that's what we like to hear on a beautiful Sunday morning. My name is Jason, and I am your host with the most today because you are all here in front of me. If you are online, please say hi in the chat so we can appreciate your virtual presence. And if you are in the room, please silence your cell phones, but feel free to leave them on if you would like to join the online chat. As always, we have a wonderful service planned for you today. So please join me in thanking our awesome tech crew, Ivor and Avar. Today, our platform practitioner is Irina Kurashevich, and our guest speaker is the one, the only, Reverend Raymont Anderson. So let's give a big round of applause for them. And today, for music, we have a very special coordination for you. Our very own Joyce Lindahl will be doing a mashup on the piano with our music director, Lynn Hollyfield. So, with that, I would like to welcome Joyce to play the first opening song.
Please stand and join us. We are not singers up here. We're just kind of guiding you along.
Now we are gathered within the harmony of the creation that sings through you and me, making us one. Opening heart and mind, leaving care behind, giving away to the flow of life divine, keeping us one. One in the spirit that calls us together again. One in the presence that hollows the moments we share here and then. Goes before us to bless our way.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Irina Kurashevich, and I am a licensed practitioner here at the center. And our philosophy, Science of Mind, is based on the conviction that, on the belief that prayer works. We believe that all prayers are heard. There are no wrong prayers. We believe that prayer is the base of our faith. And that's why we have practitioners who are willing to pray with you. And there are several ways to receive the prayers. You can fill in these green cards that you can find on the table. And practitioners will pray with you for a week. You also can go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and fill the prayer request. And we also have this QR code that will lead you towards the prayer request. And practitioners are available here at the center today. So after the gathering, we are available to have what we call 1 minute miracle to pray together. And with that, take a deep breath and let's read our vision statement. Awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Take a deep breath and take it in. So I invite you to take another deep breath and let it go. And take another deep breath and send it to your heart center. And just notice what your body experiencing. It may be just the breath, air going in you. It may be you feel that your heart center is expanding. Maybe you see or feel the light within you, the warmth. It can be images, or it can be nothing. All is well. And take another deep breath and relax. Relax into the chair. Feel the support of it. And take a mental note that as chair supports us, it's the same way the universe supports us. Without us, very often, even not thinking about that, the support is here. And to celebrate our oneness, I invite us to take three square breaths all together. So I will lead us. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. And relax. And listen to the words of a person who I don't know who it is, as I don't know the author. I had another reading in my mind, but the Spirit told me to read this one. And it's a friend shared, and I shared with another person who's close to me, and I think we'll like that. So I would like you all to listen to these words and to accept them. If you could see yourself through their eyes, one day, I hope you can get a glimpse of yourself through the eyes of someone who adores you. And when you do, I hope you understand how beautiful it is to be you, how others truly treasure being loved by you, seen by you, and understood by you. I hope you notice the energy shift when you walk into a room, when you light up the day for one person who cherishes your presence. I hope it's enough not to lose your softness, because in a world filled with darkness, insecurities, and fear, you are someone's best friend, refuge, and safe place to land. You are proof that loyalty exists, and I hope you know the way you love deeply, fiercely, and without calculation is sacred. The way you show up, even when you are fighting for your life, matters more than you know. You are rare. You're someone's answered prayer, someone's quiet miracle, someone's reason to believe in themselves. That kind of love leaves everyone better than you found them. And I hope one day you believe it too. For everyone who loves you, and for yourself too. Being loved is a privilege you should never take for granted. And loving and understanding are so much better when it comes from within first. It is a treasure. And let's pray. From my heart and from my soul, I choose to convince my mind that God is all there is. And I call God that creative power that stands within everything, that is the life itself. And I know that life is, that love is, that joy is, and the beauty is. And I know that I am one and inseparable from the divine, that I am all that God is. I am here to be, to express, to feel, to love all that God is. And as I recognize my oneness, I recognize this oneness with the universe, with the creative power, with life, with God, for all who can hear me, and for all who will never even know that I existed. And from this oneness, I declare the spiritual truth for every being. I declare that everyone is love and everyone is loved. I declare peace. I declare love for the heart of the Father who is grieving right now, and for the community that is touched by that life, by that love, that talent. I declare peace where is war, as I know that peace exists, like that peaceful spot in the eye of the hurricane. And by each and every of us praying and recognizing peace within us, that peace is growing and absorbs all the areas in the world when there is conflict. I know abundance. I know abundance and prosperity to be free to do what each of us wants to be, to share, to help, to express compassion and love and joy, to see other countries, other cultures, to explore your own culture. I know there is enough for that. I know perfect relationship. I know God talking to God right now. I know that all negotiations that are happening right now around the world leads towards peace and joy, to the laughter of the children. And I pray and know wisdom, clarity, love for all the leaders of the world. And I know that right now, peace and wisdom, love and laughter come to their minds and hearts. As we're all one, this prayer is heard on some level as in gratitude for my faith, for this opportunity. I send it into the law. And I simply know that it is fulfilled in the perfect mind of God. And this is so. And so it is.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me. Available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need for strength about what lies before me. Everything I need for strength about what lies before me is available to me. It's available mind of God within me. Everything I need for peace, about what lies before me. Everything I need for peace, about what lies before me is available to me. Available to me through the mind of God within me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me.
All right. And at this time, it is my utmost pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Reverend Raymont Anderson. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Reverend Raymont Anderson is very appreciated in this community. Every single time he comes to speak, everyone comes rushing in through the doors, and we are so excited to see his bubbly smile and happy personality. In fact, when I first joined the center back in 2024, he was one of the first guest speakers that I heard speaking, and he really anchored me into this belief system, and I was like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be. This is where it feels good. So to come, be present, show up, and share his love in such a time that can be challenging is greatly appreciated, and we love you, and we're so happy you're here. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome.
Since I know how to project. I don't know if y'all heard what Jen said. She said, since you have a tendency to kick stuff, I'm gonna move them out the way. I don't think y'all heard that, but I want to let you know that's what was said in Jen's own kind of way. So let's see. Today we're talking about this idea of we are made for love. Well, in order to actually go to like, okay, whatever, so what does that mean? Like, we are made for love. Well, we have to start with, what does it mean for something to be made? Because we use the word in all kinds of ways. For example, Jason made me embarrassed when he did the little Monster Mash song. Right? That's one way of made me. Did somebody make you mad last week? Right? Like, it's that kind of thing. Someone made. Jen made these brownies last week that were. Joyce made her flight on time. Same word, but very different uses. So when we talk about this idea of made or make, one of the things we often do is we get a little bit lazy in our spirituality, because as soon as we hear made for, made in, we immediately go back to our Judeo-Christian roots of made in the image and likeness of God. Like somewhere there's this idea that there's something, someone sitting somewhere in Mount Olympus or Asgard or somewhere, like give me some clay, give me some clay. I'm gonna make some. How did it look to y'all? No? Okay. Gotta squish it and make it look okay. And then poof, oh, we gotta breathe life into it, right? So there's this idea of we are made from an anthropomorphic God. And the invitation is to let that go. To sit in this idea of, well, one, let's start with the idea we are made in the image and likeness of, we're going to swap out the word God and put in the word love. We are made in the image and likeness of love. Does that change the energy related to it? We are made in the image and likeness of joy. We are made in the image and likeness of peace and wonderment and bliss and creativity. That's what we are. We are made in the image and likeness of it. And even if we went with, you are made in the image and likeness of God. Okay, let's explore. Let's go there. If I were to say, Reverend Faith is made in the image and likeness of her parents. What am I talking about? I'm talking about three little letters that we talk about in science and biology that go into from parents, boom, Reverend Faith. What are the 3 letters? DNA. And we understand that scientifically. But what if we do what Reverend Ray likes to do very often? Divinely natural attributes. We are made in the image and likeness of our divinely natural attributes. So the absolute is love and joy and all of these things. And if we are made, created in, through, and as the exact same thing, then so are we. We have to be. Because, for a minute, let's think about God like the chemical compound formula H2O. If I go get water out of the water fountain, is it H2O? If it rains outside, take all the acid stuff out of it, but if it rains outside, is that H2O? If we go to the beach, and there's that thing that swoosh, I forget what they call it. What do they call it? Waves or something? That stuff. Ocean or whatever that is. Is it? We call it ocean, but if we boil it down to, it's H2O. Snow, H2O. And the great thing about snow, what has been said is, every snowflake is unique and different. And all of them still come from H2O. So if we come from, made in, made through, made by, made as, whatever words you want to use, God, source, spirit, then how could it not be what we are? And so let's go back to this whole idea of DNA. So what are different things called? What are different things called? Genes, and I'm not talking about Jordache. Genes. So genes. What if we think about genes as God expressing now every, we breathe this in because this is going to come in there, it's in parentheses. T-wow. Got that? I'm going to explain, Reverend Faith, because she's giving me the, you know how when you have a puppy or something, and the puppy, you do something strange, and the dog look at you like, what are you doing, human? Reverend Faith just gave me that, what? So, God expressing now every T-wow simultaneously. T-wow. God expressing now every time, as everything, as everyone, as everywhere. God is all there is. So genes, God expressing now everyone simultaneously, everything simultaneously, everywhere simultaneously, every when simultaneously. Simply stated, God is all there is. So what you're sitting on is an expression of God. What you drove here in or flew here in, it's God incarnating. What we have on, God. What we eat, God. What we dress ourselves, God. All of it. Because to imply that there's something else, then God can't be all there is. Because then there's God and bears, buffaloes, lions, and tigers. And, well, that's not what we teach. That's not what we do. So Bell Hooks said, my belief that God is love, that love is everything. Our true destiny sustains me. All awakening to love is spiritual awakening. To which Dr. Holmes, when we let the love that is within us go out to the God who is in all people and the divine presence that is in all things, then we are loving God with all our heart, with all our soul and mind, because we are recognizing that the spirit within us is the same spirit that we meet in others. This is loving our neighbor as ourselves. This is me. This is what it means to become a good Samaritan. Right? It's to recognize when someone is in need and we step in, not because someone's going to say, oh, Oh, that's so you help them out. We're not doing it for accolades. I'm not holding the door for someone because I want somebody to come up and pat me on the shoulder and be like, Ray, that's really good. No, I'm doing it because that's who I am. Because that is what my genes and my DNA say that I am. I am an expression of love. The infinite is love. Then I have to be what love looks like when it takes on human form. Same for all of us. So what if we weren't simply made for love? We are made by love and as love. Well, then by default, what else are we going to do? H2O, it doesn't one day say, you know what, I'm tired of doing this whole water thing. Today we're going to drop chocolate drops out of the sky. So I got to get a couple more chemicals together and some minerals and stuff, but we're not doing the water thing now. It's going to be little chocolate chip drops. H2O doesn't do that. That would be against the nature of H2O. So what is against the nature of love? And does that change us? Yes and no. It doesn't change what we are, but it changes how we respond, how we behave. It changes our biochemistry. Because right now, if I were to say, and I'm not saying do it, you could experiment on your own. It's homework. You feel your pulse. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm restful. I mean, I'm not because I'm hyped. I'm always hyped to be here. So it's like, brrr, drum roll, please. I digress. So you feel, okay. And then I say, now imagine someone who made you mad. They cut you off in traffic. Sorry, Tracy. They cut you off in traffic. They didn't use a turn signal. They didn't lane change thing, the little lights. They are part of what the car is supposed to do. And right? Like whatever that is. And you think, I guarantee you without doubt, this is going to increase. It's going to start ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. If you start thinking about things that you potentially are worried about, your heart rate's going to increase. Now, the thing you're worried about isn't happening. The person you don't like isn't in the room. Well, maybe, but the person you don't like isn't in the room. Why is your heart rate increasing? Which means your blood pressure is also rising. Why? Because your mind says, oh my goodness, they're here. And your body's like, who's here? Them? Okay, get more blood, and levers start to, and the buttons get pushed, and the blood pressure, and the hair on the neck, and the red face, and the, Ray, what are you mad about? Cut me off in traffic. Ray, we're in the center right now. Who cut you off in traffic? 3 days ago. What? What? And that's harming our bodies. But many of us sit in the stew of guilt and shame and anger and resentment and fear, worry, and all of that stuff is affecting our biochemistry. But it doesn't change the fact that we are love any more than it changes. Have you ever been so mad at somebody that you woke up and you were a poodle? Like one morning you woke up so mad and you were like, jumped off of the bed, went into the bathroom or whatever, and was like, wait, what is this? I'm a flamingo. I didn't know you could get so mad that you could turn into a bird. No. So no matter how mad you get, you're human. You're still a human being. No matter how sad you get, you're still a human being. No matter how many times you curse somebody out or throw those chocolate chips at people, because if you can make a snowball, I guess you can make a chocolate, I don't know. Whoo, like it doesn't matter. You are still a human being. Well, it has to work the same way for if you're God. If you are the divine expressing, then no amount of anger, no amount of guilt, no amount of shame, no amount of any changes that. Because that is the truth of your being. So if we are made by love, for love, as love, then what are we asked to do? Be it. be it, except that's who and what I am. Because when we know who and what we are being, it affects the doing. When someone is being an artist, they're going to create art, whatever that is. If they are being a teacher, they're going to teach, they're going to educate. Being a musician, they're going to create music. Being a minister, they're going to serve in whatever way ministers serve, whether that's cracking jokes and being silly or being serious and looking at the, okay, like whatever it is, that's what we are. So if we are being love, then what's the invitation? Love people. As simple as that. Love people. Love people whether you know them or not. So yesterday, at my son's viewing, because we didn't do a traditional funeral, and there was a point in the viewing service, there was a point where people were invited to come up and speak. I didn't plan to, because I was going to, at the family repast afterwards, I was the one delivering the eulogy, so I was like, well, they're good. Oh, but you know what? That's private. A lot of these people, okay, fine. So I got up and I shared that one of my proudest moments of witnessing Kenny do what Kenny does many years ago. I don't even know what year it was. He was 18 or 19, though, I think, ish. We'll just say he was. And there was an incident happening on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh where a lot of the female students were being assaulted and harassed. So the powers that be at the University of Pittsburgh decided they were going to do like a, not necessarily a vigil, but they were going to do a gathering to bring awareness to it and change the climate of the campus. So they invited poets and musicians, and they invited a bunch of people, and Kenny was one of the people that they brought into, because he's a rapper, singer, vocalist. So he came in and he performed. After the performance, he was mobbed by the folks. And what I witnessed was, as he spoke to every young woman, I could tell this was the first time that they were being seen and heard. Because he took a moment, however long the moment needed to be, with each one and validated them and reminded them and supported them and all of that. And then every young man that came up, he gave them a mandate. I don't care if you see her, whether you know her or not, she is your sister, your aunt, your grandmother, your mother, your daughter. Take care of her. And I'm like, what 18-year-old? And a friend was with me, and they said, well, you know where he gets that. And for a moment, I was like, where? Like, they're like, Ray, like Kenny's your twin. I was like, oh, wow. So what are we here to do? See people. Listen to one another. Even and maybe especially when we disagree. Because the only way we're going to create a world that works for all is when we can actually converse. If we can't talk to one another for whatever reason, you move the flowers because you think I'm going to kick them. I don't want to talk to you no more. How we create a world that works for all? Joyce, you took the last brownie. You know the chips fell from heaven. Oh. Like whatever the disagreement is. So your country and our country, whatever the disagreement is, if we can't find a way to be a demonstration of what we already are, love, peacefulness, joy, then how do we become the contagion that then spreads that from mind to mind, because there's only one mind, from heart to heart, because there's only one life. How do we do that? And no, I am not saying that if, because as someone who could be the poster child for all forms of abuse, no, I am not saying if someone hurts you, run up to them and say, but Reverend Ray said I'm supposed to love you even while you are stabbing me in the back and betraying me. I'm not saying that, because that would be metaphysical malpractice. What I'm saying is, the more we learn to love and forgive, the more the energy changes and transforms. And you've heard me mention Daryl Davis many times, but for those who may not have heard me ever mention him, Daryl Davis, African-American jazz musician, who made it his mission to have conversations with members of the Ku Klux Klan to develop a friendship, black man, Klansman, to develop a friendship through conversation till the Klansman realizes, so we are alike. Like everything that I thought and everything I learned, and they surrender their robes to him. They surrender their membership card. They promise him, I'm done with all of that. Amen. How did it happen? It wasn't magic. It wasn't three little beans that grew a magic beanstalk wasn't a magic harp that, sings, and it wasn't some guy who used the thing and spun straw into gold. It's not some fairy tale. It's very basic. It's conversation. It's opening our mouths and our hearts to one another. That's what changes it. But where does it start? Because it's one thing for me to talk about, I love Terry. Terry loves me. We can say it. But if I don't like me and I don't love me, then there's an element of that love for Terry that I'm not giving her as much love as I could. I could give her 100%, like all of it, but I'm giving her a glass about yay big with 3 drops in it. So when Terry gets it, Terry's like, oh, I could have had a little bit more, Ray, but okay. Okay, here it comes. We can talk. We got time. It's good. It's about 30 minutes away. So how are you? Okay, there it is. Versus it's overflowing. Because if it's overflowing in, through, and as me, then everybody I come in contact with, everybody, even people I don't even speak to, just going to the supermarket, walking down the aisle, and someone walks past me, and they're going to be like, ooh, I don't know what just hit me, but I feel happy all of a sudden. Like, we've seen, Tracy and I have witnessed it. Tracy's at the funeral home yesterday, and just random people are asking Tracy for, those who know Tracy don't like to hug nobody. Tracy will give you an elbow, a fist bump, a high five, maybe. A hug? I was like, oh, yes. Jesus about to land. Like magic's getting ready. Them chocolate chips from heaven. Something magical getting ready to happen. People hugging my sister, and she's hugging them back willingly. Miracles do happen. But why is that? Because her energy was open and welcoming, especially in that venue. I don't know that you should expect it today, but just saying. But we have the ability to open and love and converse and change and transform the planet. But it starts with understanding who and what we are. Thich Nhat Hanh says, to love is to recognize. To be loved is to be recognized by the other. Do you recognize you? Do you really? And I mean really, because anytime you criticize yourself for anything, you're not really recognizing. You're allowing some other quality or trait that is not the true you to take priority. That gray hair, that's, what is it? Does that make you less God? Nope. The hair that once you reach, for the gentleman in the room, once you reach a certain age and it starts growing out of these and coming like I could braid that. Like whatever, like it's hair coming. What is this? I used to have these nice little eyebrows and now it's like what is this? It used to be 2 and then it turns into but does it make you less divine? No. And for certain ones of us, when it goes, does it make us less sacred and holy? No. So why criticize how we look? An extra pound, extra 10 pounds. When I went up to 30, 305, 308, whatever. Yes, I allowed my self-esteem till I got back on track and was like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? No amount of weight. I don't care if you went up to 4,629 million. You're still God. And as Emma Curtis Hopkins said, my God is my good. That means no matter what, you are still good. At the core of your being, good. Even when we don't act in ways that are good, because you can't change what you are at the absolute. You are still good. You are still love. And our opportunity is to recognize, to remember, to be, and then show up. That's what we're here to do. Why else would love show up if not to love? Why would joy show up if not to be joyful? Why would peace enter a room if not to give off the aroma of peacefulness? So we have the opportunity that every room we enter, every person we see, every person we talk to, even those that we don't speak to, we can still anchor into the awareness and say, it is not mine to talk to that Klansman that lives 3 doors down from me. That's not mine. But I still know that they're God. And so I'm going to anchor into the awareness that even though they don't know it, I know it. And because I know it, and there's only one mind, I know that somewhere in the infinite consciousness, it's in there too. It has to be. So breathe. And I'm going to end with bell hooks once again. Self-love is the foundation of our loving practice. I don't know if you heard what I said. Self-love is the foundation. Okay, it has to start here. Is the foundation of our loving practice. Without it, our other efforts to love fail. Giving ourselves love, we provide our inner being with the opportunity to have the unconditional love we may have always longed to receive from others, from someone else, but we are now the source of it. It generates from us. We are now the embodiment of H2O, and we are the ones who now give water to those who are thirsty, simply by being in their space, in their presence. Because a lot of folks are thirsty for love, and thirsty to be seen, and thirsty to be recognized. And we have the ability to offer them that nice, cool drink that restores them to oneness and wholeness. Do I pray out? Okay, just want to make sure. So we anchor into this, and I'm going to begin at the end. I'm going to begin with the and so it is. And so it is that each and every person here, whether in this room or watching online or watching this recording 7 years from now, now is the only moment. So you're now. You are whole, you are perfect, and you are complete. And so it is that I know that each and every one of us is a divine expression of the absolute. Amen, that I know that when Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, said, I did these miracles and so can you, and even greater, that is a call for each and every one of us to step in and acknowledge our own Christ consciousness and say, we have the ability to feed the hungry, just as he did. To heal those who do not see who and what they truly are, who cannot hear the truth of their being. We can do that. And so it is that as we go out and about for the rest of our day, we go with this realization that everything about us, every breath we take, prayer. Every word we speak, prayer. That our very existence is our amen. As one of our visitors said earlier when we were gathering in the room, that which we think is what we are. So the more that we think, I am that. I am that which is, then we be it. Then we do it. And all lives change as a result. And knowing what the law does, the law receives. It receives our thoughts, our words, our energy. And the law does whatever it needs to do to manifest accordingly. So if there is a blade of grass growing in Iowa right now that needs to grow a little bit differently for things to change in the world, that blade of grass is growing differently. If there's a grain of sand on a beach in Tokyo somewhere, even though there's no beaches in Tokyo, somewhere in Japan, then that grain of sand is moving however it needs to move, because that's what the law does. So amen, that I know everyone's prayer is already in motion and already manifesting and already shifting and already being made so. Because we are it. And so it is.
I want to share a song that I wrote about gratitude. This is called Because of You. Round the table we all sat, ideas passed around inside your hat. You said there's a way from here to there, but my uncertainty sat in the chair next to me. Last morning star has set, choices to be made but haven't yet. There's a shelf to rest your fear. You said close the door on doubt when it's near. With you here I am, with you, here I stand. You made this real, and I'm here because of you. Because of you. Trust visits in my sleep. Like the wind, it lifts me into belief. The guides coax me round the bend, and then I see you standing there, my friend. And with you here I am, with you here I stand. You made this real, and I'm here because of you. I'm here because of you. Unexpectedly, your gift unwrapped the waiting when you saw gratitude does a crazy thing. It always makes me cry, so I think I'll sing to all of you who played a part. You brought me here, I hold you in my heart. And with you, here I am with a humble heart. Here I stand. You made this real, and I'm here because of you. I'm here because of you. I'm here with you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's give another big thank you to Dr. Reverend Raymont Anderson. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful talk as always. And let's give another round of applause to Joyce. And our dear Lynn Hollyfield, who is virtual today. We have a wonderful lineup as always. And with that, I'd like to ask if anyone is here for the first time, if you would like to share how you found the center. We would love to get to know you. And if you're comfortable, you can please stand up and share, or else if that's not your thing, you know, of course, we have some guest cards you can fill out on the table. You can give your email, and we can stay connected that way. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay, watching virtually. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yay mom, and yay Genesis. That's awesome. Yeah, for those of you online, we have a new guest, and she was watching virtually and decided to show up today. So thank you so much. That's awesome. Glad to have you here. Yeah, awesome. That's great. Yeah, please feel free to fill out a guest card. You can stay up to date on all of our events and stuff. So thank you so much. All right. Anyone else would like to share? Okay, all right, I'll take that silence as a no. Okay, so now this is the time in our service where we become aware of our position in the law of circulation. So if you have any donations that you would like to give to the center, you know, not even just financially, but maybe any pieces of art, or if you have a talent that you would like to share with the congregation, please feel free to reach out to a member of the board. I myself being one of them, Terry, Joyce, doing a quick scan around the room, Reverend Faith, Jen. So please feel free to connect with us. However, if you are interested in leaving a financial donation, this QR code to my left, if you scan that, you can pop right to our website and give a donation there if you prefer digital transactions. Otherwise, we have that table over there, that famous table. We have a little basket where you can drop in some, I guess, hard cash, if you will. And other than that, you can also mail. If you prefer snail mail, you can find our address on celebrationcenter.org. Or you can just click the Give button, and that will route you to where the QR code routes you to. However, with that, I would like to welcome up Irina to bless the gifts and offerings.
What a wonderful time we're having today. So let's start with the affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And in gratitude and joy, I speak this word knowing that the celebration center is prosperity itself. I know that everyone is giving here from love, from peace, from joy, from harmony, from abundance of their love and hearts. And I know that this love, this joy, multiplies abundantly as it goes and reaches some people who watch us right now online, and then may come and we'll meet them. What a gift. And that's what we manifest through the Celebration Center. More smiles, more wisdom, more presence, presence of love, presence of peace in all of our lives. And I know classes, discussions, coffee and cookies and conversations are here to bless us. And I simply let it be in deep gratitude, knowing that this prayer and all the prayers that were submitted already answered in the perfect mind of God. And this is so, and so it is.
All right, and now we have the good stuff, our announcements. So, yeah, no, as if it's not all good, right? All right, so today, like Irina said, we have our cookies and conversation, so please feel free to stick around. We got some sweets and caffeine, and we can mix over that. And we also do have a pop-up choir on June 28th, so with that, everyone from the congregation is welcome to come before the service. I believe at 9:30 a.m. promptly, it's noted, and we come in and we just rehearse a little bit, and then we can all sing together at the 11 a.m. service. So great opportunity to get involved up on the stage if that's what you desire. And then I have one more announcement. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to welcome up Terry to give a announcement as well.
Some of you have heard that our Facebook page was hacked and we had to give it up. It was hopeless. So we have a new Facebook page, thanks partly to Jay, who stepped in and helped with that. The bad news is the old page had 1,000 members. The new page has 11 members because nobody knows where's the new page. So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please help us. And the way you can help us is by posting on your personal Facebook page the link to our new page. Now, yes, and you can also invite people personally, but we want we want as broad a reach as possible. So to make that easy for you in our newsletter, we put a little paragraph that explains everything, and you can just paste that paragraph. If you didn't get that paragraph in our newsletter, ask me and I'll email it to you. To find the Facebook page, go to our website and you will find this, that big blue announcement. At the bottom of it is a button that says go to new Facebook page. That is temporary. That's only going to be there for a couple of weeks. For the permanently finding the Facebook page, it's in the same place it was before. Does anybody know where it was before? Can you see it? Can anybody see it on this screen from our website? No? Where? Point to it. Good. Can you point to it? Because you can point to it and I can't. There we go. That little teeny tiny F for Facebook, okay? So please either see me if you want the paragraph or get it otherwise. Let's see. To invite people, yeah. I want to share one more thing. I don't know many of you have heard, but our music director, Lynn, also lost a family member this week. Her brother was killed in a car accident, which is why she is not here with us today, and why part of the reason we chose that last piece of music that we did. So we don't know if she'll be here next week, but we hope to grieve with her soon.
All right. Thank you, Terry. And for the last announcement, actually, our wonderful music director, Lynn Hollyfield, also released a new album. So if you'd like to support her, you can go onto her website, lynnhollyfield.com, to check out her music and buy some of the songs yourself. You can either do the whole CD or just buy it song by song on her website digitally. All right. And with that, Joyce, take it away.
It's all right, you can stay put.
Yes, there is peace on earth.
Yes, there is peace on earth.
Because there is peace with me.
Because there is peace with